The unknown has always terrified us. It lurks in the shadows, whispers in the dark. It takes on many forms, each more unsettling than the last. One such entity, a creature of myth and terror, is the Mothman. Born from whispers and sightings in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, the Mothman is an entity shrouded in mystery. Described as a large, winged figure with glowing red eyes, it has haunted the imaginations of many for decades. Some believe it to be a harbinger of doom, its appearance a grim prophecy of disaster. Others see it as a malevolent entity, its motives as unclear as the shadows it calls home. The stories we are about to explore delve into the heart of the Mothman legend. They are tales of terror and suspense, of encounters that defy explanation. These stories, while fictionalized, draw inspiration from actual accounts, blending fact and fiction to create a truly chilling experience. Prepare yourself, for we are about to journey into the darkness to confront the legend of the Mothman. The Silver Bridge stretched across the Ohio River, connecting Point Pleasant, West Virginia, to Gallipolis, Ohio. It was a lifeline for the community, a symbol of progress and connection, but on a cold November night in 1966, that symbol would crumble, taking with it the lives of 46 people. What makes this tragedy even more unsettling is the string of bizarre events leading up to it, particularly the numerous sightings of a creature that would later be dubbed the Mothman. It began with whispers, tales from those who lived on the outskirts of town, strange lights in the sky, a large winged figure lurking in the shadows. Most dismissed it as superstition, the ramblings of a community steeped in folklore. But as the sightings increased, so too did the unease. One night, 4 young couples were driving along a road near the Silver Bridge when they saw it. A large, dark figure with glowing red eyes stood in the middle of the road, its wings partially unfurled. They slammed on the brakes, the car skidding to a halt just feet from the creature. For a moment it stared at them, its eyes burning into their souls. Then, with a speed that defied logic, it vanished into the night. Old hospitals with their long hallways and vacant rooms are breeding grounds for unsettling stories. The abandoned Hope Medical Center in Point Pleasant was no exception. Left to decay after years of neglect, it became a haven for those brave enough or foolish enough to venture within its crumbling walls. Local legend had it that the hospital was haunted not by the spirits of deceased patients, but by something far more sinister. The Mothman, they said, had taken up residence within its decaying walls. It was drawn to the hospital's history of pain and suffering, feeding off the residual energy of those who had passed within its walls. One group of teenagers, eager to test their courage and fueled by the legends, decided to spend a night in the abandoned hospital. Armed with flashlights and a healthy dose of bravado, they entered the building, the heavy door slamming shut behind them. The air inside was thick with the smell of decay, and the silence was deafening. Route 62, a winding stretch of asphalt that cuts through the heart of West Virginia, has long been associated with the Mothman legend. It is here, under the cover of darkness, that many claim to have encountered the creature, its glowing red eyes piercing the darkness like burning embers. One cold December night, a young woman named Sarah found herself driving home alone on Route 62. Her car was old, its heater struggling to combat the biting wind that whipped at the windows. The radio crackled with static, the only sound breaking the monotonous drone of her engine. As she rounded a bend in the road, a pair of glowing red eyes appeared in her rearview mirror. Her heart pounded in her chest, her breath catching in her throat. She glanced over her shoulder but saw nothing. Shaking it off as a trick of the light, she turned her attention back to the road. But the eyes remained, following her every move. Section 5. Fact or Fiction. Unraveling the Mystery. The stories surrounding the Mothman are both terrifying and intriguing. But what is the truth behind the legend? Is the Mothman a real creature, a harbinger of doom, or simply a figment of our collective imagination? There are those who believe wholeheartedly in the Mothman's existence. They point to the numerous eyewitness accounts, the consistency of the descriptions, and the undeniable connection between the sightings and the Silver Bridge collapse. To them, the evidence is clear. The Mothman is real. Others are more skeptical, attributing the sightings to misidentification, hoaxes, and mass hysteria. They argue that the Mothman is nothing more than a product of our fear of the unknown, a modern-day myth fueled by our desire to believe in something beyond our understanding. Section 6. The Silver Bridge Collapse, a tragedy foretold. The collapse of the Silver Bridge on December 15, 1967, was a tragedy that sent shockwaves through Point Pleasant and beyond. The bridge, once a symbol of progress and connection, became a chilling reminder of the fragility of life. But for many, the tragedy was more than just an accident. It was a confirmation of their worst fears, a sign that the Mothman sightings were not mere coincidence. The timing of the collapse, just over a year after the first reported Mothman sighting, seemed too perfect to ignore. Could the creature have been a harbinger of doom, its appearance a warning of the impending disaster? Or was it simply a case of unfortunate timing, a tragic accident that became forever intertwined with the legend of the Mothman? Section 7. Point Pleasant, West Virginia, the epicenter of fear. Point Pleasant, a small town nestled at the confluence of the Ohio and Kanawha rivers, is forever linked to the legend of the Mothman. It was here, in the shadows of the Silver Bridge, that the creature was first sighted, and it is here that its legend continues to thrive. The town has fully embraced its connection to the Mothman, with museums, statues, and even an annual festival dedicated to the creature. For some residents, it's a source of pride, a unique piece of their town's history. For others, it's a constant reminder of a dark and unsettling chapter in their lives. Section 8. Cultural Impact, Mothman's Enduring Legacy. The legend of the Mothman has had a profound impact on popular culture, inspiring countless books, movies, and television shows. From John Keel's 1975 book, The Mothman Prophecies, to the 2002 film of the same name starring Richard Gere, the creature has captured the imaginations of audiences worldwide. The Mothman has become a modern-day boogeyman, a symbol of our fear of the unknown. Its image, with its glowing red eyes and imposing wingspan, has become instantly recognizable, a shorthand for all things creepy and unexplained. Section 9. Eyewitness Accounts, Tales of Terror and Intrigue. The enduring power of the Mothman legend lies in the sheer number of eyewitness accounts. Over the years, hundreds of people have come forward claiming to have encountered the creature, their stories remarkably similar despite differences in time and location. These accounts often describe a feeling of dread that precedes the Mothman's appearance, as if the very air grows heavy with a sense of impending doom. The creature itself is typically described as being man-sized or larger, with dark, shadowy wings and piercing red eyes that seem to glow from within. Many witnesses report feeling a sense of intelligence emanating from the creature, as if it were studying them, analyzing their every move. Section 10. Scientific Explanations. Debunking the myth. Despite the chilling nature of the Mothman sightings, skeptics and scientists have offered a number of possible explanations for the phenomenon. Some believe the creature may have been a misidentified sandhill crane, a large bird known to inhabit the Ohio River Valley. Others suggest the sightings could be attributed to mass hysteria, with the power of suggestion and the fear surrounding the Silver Bridge collapse fueling a wave of false reports. However, many of these explanations fail to account for the sheer number of sightings, the consistency of the descriptions, and the reported strange behavior of the creature. The Mothman, it seems, defies easy categorization, remaining an enigma even in the face of scientific scrutiny. Section 11. Conclusion. The legend lives on. The legend of the Mothman continues to captivate and terrify, its enduring power a testament to our fascination with the unknown. Whether a real creature, a figment of our collective imagination, or something in between, the Mothman has left an indelible mark on our cultural landscape. The stories we tell about the Mothman, like all good ghost stories, serve as a reminder of the mysteries that lie just beyond our understanding. They remind us that the world is a strange and wonderful place, full of shadows and secrets, and that sometimes the most terrifying things are the ones we can't explain. The next time you find yourself driving down a dark and lonely road or exploring the ruins of an abandoned building, remember the legend of the Mothman. And if you happen to see a pair of glowing red eyes staring back at you from the darkness, don't hesitate. Run.